Hello, I'm Mrs Owens, as you can see there, and I'm head of Expressive Arts here at Tonreville, but I'm also lead teacher for A-Level Media Studies, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about what Media Studies is and what the A-Level entails. It might be something that you are studying at the moment or have never heard of before, but I'm sure that Media Studies is something that would interest many of you. As you can see there from the pictures, the images, that we study lots of different areas. We are accredited by the WAC, so it is an A-level, and therefore, the work is rigorous, but we do look at, I suppose, topics and texts that are probably part of the world that you live in more than some other subjects. So, for example, we look at the magazine industry online, we look at advertising, movies, Hollywood films, video games, crime drama, and so on. So we cover a plethora of different sort of aspects. Facilities at Tonreville, as you probably well know, are excellent. And particularly in media, we have access to classrooms that are large, they can accommodate big classes, but we also have, state-of-the-art technology like a Mac suite that we are able to use. And the room is usually sort of furnished and decorated with lots of different media work by past students and present students, as you can see there from the images. And if you've obviously been to Tonreville School, you'll know that the building is large and there's lots of different rooms that we can use in different capacities in media. So, why study media then? So it's an A-level and it's been one of the most successful subjects in Tonreville for over 15 years. I've been here for sort of over 10, and we've year on year achieved excellent results. For example, usually a third of the class will achieve an A and A star, and in sort of previous years, obviously before the pandemic, our results were in the top 5% in the UK. So that's in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales for media studies at A-level. So those are, really impressive, and I'm sort of really proud of the department and what we've achieved and what the pupils achieve. Many past students have gone on to study a variety of degrees and courses, so not just going to university, but getting sort of apprenticeships in top marketing firms, the BBC and so forth. So it doesn't have to be a subject that needs to have a career at the end of it, but there are obviously career paths you can go down. It's one of the most, I think personally, one of the most relevant courses you can study in the sixth form, and widely accepted by every university, top universities from sort of Exeter to Warwick. Past students have gone on to do degrees in red brick unis. So it's really relevant in terms of the online media that you study, film, TV, advertising, different concepts. We look at areas pertaining to psychology, business, history. So where you've got those separate subjects in media, we look at all of those subjects, but linking it to the media, because let's face it, it's probably the most influential part of our everyday life, the media. And we talk about prior experiences, and you build on prior knowledge. There's something that you're going into that you do have some knowledge about before you start studying it. And the world is changing. This is a big part in our sort of social reform. Social media, entertainment, all sort of shapes and plays a big part in our daily lives. The AS course then, so it's an A-level. So year 12, you will study advertising. So that's music videos, print and digital advertising. It's called selling images. And then we look at news in the online age. So how news is produced and consumed by people, by audiences, by us. But how fake news and how social media can cause different sort of issues and debates in society. And then section C is the one that everybody loves. It's the film section, and we look at Wales and Hollywood as two different industries, because obviously the Welsh industry is booming at the minute, and lots of Hollywood films are being made in Wales. So we look at this sort of state of play there. But we study two films and sort of we look at how similar, how different they are. We look at different aspects of film. So the two films we usually study are Clueless, which is a Hollywood teen movie, and then we compare it to Submarine, which is a Welsh, almost like low-budget, darker sort of teen movie. And that's in year 12. In year 13, in the A2 course, we look at TV in the global age. We look at online television streaming platforms, and then we focus on crime drama as our genre, which is really interesting. And then we look at magazines online, and then thirdly we look at video games, which is one that everybody gets excited about, particularly the type of games that we look at. So action-led games like Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed, GTA, and then we compare them to the sandbox games like Minecraft and The Sims. And that's something we look at from all different perspectives: psychology, history, business. Not just, we don't make the games, make a video game, but we look at how integral they are to social issues and debates and business and the sort of industries that they inhabit, because they are obviously, it is one of the biggest industries in any sort of economy, really, the video game industry. And then obviously there's coursework. Any A level, a little bit of coursework. In AS, we look at creating a marketing package for either a film or a new product, cosmetics. So it could be aftershave or perfume or lipstick, or it could be a horror film or a teen film. And then obviously you make adverts selling the product. And then year 13, we look at magazines. Learning voice is obviously very important to us, so we take into consideration what you think, what kind of text you like, but also the different learning styles are catered for, in terms of we don't just sit there and work off a PowerPoint all the time. There's lots of hands-on stuff and lots of investigative lessons and presentations and working in different areas around the school. So obviously you're treated a lot more maturely and able to work independently. Extracurricular, obviously because of the pandemic, we haven't really been anywhere. But the last trip that we did was in New York in 2020, and it was one of the most, I suppose, it's like iconic places, cities on the globe, on the planet, and we looked at sort of where different films were made and TV programs, and we had a week during half term in February, just before the pandemic, where we spent time in New York looking at it from different angles, and it was just the trip of a lifetime for, as you can see, for the pupils there. What about the future then? So it's kind of forward of me to say, ask you what your plans are, but with A-level media studies, you can basically do whatever you want. Okay, so if you decide to go to university and do a teaching degree or English or science or something in the humanities, it's an A-level that can kind of equip you for the skills you need at university. Or if you wanted to study media at university or film, even better. But there's a list there of different paths you could go down. Like I said, the TV and film industry in Wales is massive, with Dragon Studios down the bay and Bad Wolf. And then you've got like performing arts as well, history and English, teaching. Many of our past students have gone on to do different professions. There's George and Lydia there on the PowerPoint, who are now journalists, one for Wales Online, one's a freelance. He works for like Right on Vice and Metro. And then obviously we've got past pupils who've gone on to BBC apprenticeships, marketing apprenticeships, so not just university, more practical sort of career paths as well. So if you're interested in media studies, then obviously please get in contact. If you'd like to contact the school, my name is Mrs Owens and my email address is rebecca.owens@tcs.cymru. Alternatively, you can use our Twitter, which is Tonrevel Expressive Arts, and tweet us there, or just come and see us in the school if COVID permitting, and we can speak to you face to face, and you can take a look around. But it's really nice to meet you, and I hope to see you all in September signing up for media. It's a very popular subject, and all I would say is, if you want to know more, probably best to ask somebody who studies it here at the moment and see what they think, because I always get the truth there. But look forward to see you in September. Bye.